I'm a manipulator, and this is how I test if I could easily manipulate you. Don't worry, I'm not going to control you, but if you pay attention carefully, you'll start noticing something uncomfortable. Because the same psychological tricks I'm about to show you are used every single day by marketers, by influencers, by politicians, and sometimes even by people close to you. Most people think manipulation looks obvious, but the truth? The best manipulation feels like your own idea. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 3 simple tests manipulators use to instantly know whether someone is easy to control. So while you're watching, ask yourself one question. Would these tricks work on you? Test 1, the curiosity trap. The first thing manipulators test is something called the curiosity gap. Humans hate unfinished information. Your brain literally feels uncomfortable when it doesn't know the ending of something. That's why titles like "Only 1% of people can solve this" or "Most people fail this test" work so well. Your brain instantly wants to prove that you are not part of the average group. So, here's the manipulation test. If I say, there's a 4th manipulation trick that's even stronger than the 3 I'm going to explain today, most people suddenly feel the urge to stay until the end. Why? Because now your brain wants closure. Manipulators don't force you to stay. They simply leave a small gap in your knowledge and your mind does the rest. Now here's the real question. Did you just decide to stay longer because I mentioned the 4th trick? If yes, you just passed the first manipulation test. Test 2, the authority illusion. The second thing manipulators test is how much you trust authority. Humans are wired to trust confident voices. If someone speaks calmly, clearly, and sounds like they know what they're talking about, your brain automatically lowers its defenses, even if that person never proved anything. This is why scammers often speak slowly and confidently. It's why fake experts appear convincing online. And it's why a confident narrator can guide your thoughts without you noticing. Let me demonstrate something. Right now, your brain is probably thinking, this person understands psychology. But think about it. You don't actually know me. You don't know my credentials. Yet your brain still listens. Because authority is often perceived, not proven. Manipulators don't need power. They just need to sound like they have it. Now here's something interesting. If you've watched this far, you've already shown something about your personality. People who reach this point in the video are usually more curious about human behavior than the average person. And those people tend to enjoy learning how psychology shapes everyday decisions. So if your brain likes analyzing things like this, subscribe. Because the next videos will break down things like why silence can make you more attractive, the hidden signals people send without realizing it, and psychological tricks that influence conversations. But here's the strange part. Most people who enjoy this kind of content forget to subscribe until the next time they randomly see another video. So if your brain already knows you're interested, you might as well subscribe now before you forget. Test 3, the small agreement trap. Now we reach the 3rd manipulation test. This one is extremely powerful. Manipulators try to get you to agree to very small things first. Psychologists call this the foot in the door technique. It works like this. First, someone asks you to agree to something tiny, something harmless. For example, would you agree that understanding people is useful? Most people would say yes. Then comes the second step. Once you've already agreed once, your brain becomes more likely to agree again, because humans like being consistent. If you said yes once, saying no later feels uncomfortable. That's why manipulators slowly escalate requests. Small yes, then another yes, then a slightly bigger yes, until eventually you're agreeing to things you normally wouldn't. And here's the twist. Even this video used that technique. Earlier I asked you a simple question. Would these tricks work on you? Your brain already started participating. That small engagement makes you more invested in what comes next. The 4th trick, reveal. Remember the 4th manipulation trick I mentioned earlier? Here it is. The strongest manipulation test is simply attention. Manipulators watch what holds your focus, what makes you pause, what makes you react, what makes you comment. Because attention reveals personality, your fears, your interests, your insecurities. And in the digital world, your attention is constantly being measured. Every scroll, every pause, every click is quietly telling someone something about you, which means the real manipulation test isn't what people say to you, it's how you respond. Now here's something ironic. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you just passed the final test. Because most people stop watching early, but people who stay until the end usually share one personality trait. They like understanding how things actually work, how conversations influence decisions, how psychology shapes behavior, and how subtle signals control attention, which is exactly what this channel explores. So here's a small experiment. If you want to see how deep these psychological patterns go, subscribe, not because I told you to, but because your curiosity probably wants to know what the next experiment will reveal. And if you didn't subscribe, that's interesting too, because now you know exactly how someone might try to manipulate you.